stopped all programming to bring you this administrative message. The following message is being transmitted by order of the United States government. Please stand by for a message from the White House.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. At this time, we have received a message from Logic 242 in regards to the last wave of nuclear attacks and devastation that has hit the United States. As you know, about 20 days ago, Logic 242 launched a devastating wave of nuclear attacks on not only the U.S., but the world. Countless cities and nations, and millions of people have perished in this attack. But we have come to an agreement as your leaders, and believe that the best way for us to prevail, not just as a country, but as a species, is to work together. Work together to make the next world that we build stronger and more efficient than the last. Logic has given instructions for all citizens to report for reconstruction duties within the next 72 hours. The order will begin 3 days from now at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All civil authorities will be directing citizens to the work areas and will be giving further instructions at that time. Please be reminded that this is a mandate and you are ordered to attend by your national government. We suggest that you comply with the order and any attempts to resist will be dealt with by the civil authorities. We ask for your cooperation and support, and may God save us all. Thank you, and God bless.
That was a message from the United States government. Please stay tuned to this station for all upcoming news and information. The United States government will be mandating all citizens to report for reconstruction duties in 72 hours. Please remain indoors until that time, and do not leave your shelters or residences. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This is WBNX. We will continue to serve the Richmond area. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. You are listening to The following message is being transmitted by order of the United States government. The United States government and the Federal Emergency Management Agency are asking all citizens of the United States to exit their shelters and homes and report for reconstruction duties. The United States military and the civil authorities will be mobilizing to assist citizens to assigned reconstruction sites. All citizens are reminded that this is an involuntary order per Logic 242, and under no circumstances are citizens allowed to remain indoors. The United States military will be taking citizens who are unable to work to military hospitals for immediate care. All instructions will be given to citizens by the civil authorities. Civil authorities will begin operations at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please be advised that there will still be radiological hazards outdoors, and civil authorities have advised citizens to wear winter clothing and jackets and if possible wear protective eyewear or sunglasses. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This message will be retransmitted in 1 minute. Please stand by.
And now, a KVLB radio exclusive update. Here is Kim Watts with the latest.
Good afternoon. This is Kim Watts with an exclusive story on the reconstruction effort that is currently underway at this time. At approximately 9:15 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, legions of survivors banded together with weapons on the streets of California and are resisting to aid in the reconstruction efforts. Military and civil authority personnel are struggling to keep order as the citizens are saying that they are not going to work with an entity that put them in this position in the first place. On the other side of this, the Logic 242 unit unveiled what seemed to be hundreds, if not thousands, of automated robots that have taken to the streets as well to aid in the reconstruction efforts. Apparently there are thousands of protesters shooting at the logic units as well as the military in an effort to resist being under the rule of this killer machine. Ladies and gentlemen, this situation has gone from bad to much, much worse. Pretty soon, we may get interrupted by
The following message is being transmitted by order of the United States government and the United States military. This is a civil danger warning message. At this time, the United States government would like to remind all citizens that they are not allowed to take action against the logic units or any of the military. The United States government has learned that many cities have seen resistance by armed citizens refusing to assist with the reconstruction effort. This situation has appeared in the cities of Miami, LA, San Francisco, Boston, Hartford, Providence, Richmond, Baltimore, Detroit, Chicago, and New York City. The United States military has issued a statement that at no time are citizens allowed to engage the logic units and open fire on them. The logic units are currently unarmed and are not a threat. All citizens firing upon logic forces will be met with force by the United States military. The United States government is urging all citizens to cease fire and to not engage the logic units. Not doing so will put your life at risk. We have just learned that similar situations are happening in other international cities such as New Delhi, Jakarta, Cairo, Hong Kong, Mexico City, Toronto, Lima, London, and Paris. All citizens are asked to cease fire and to not engage the logic units. The United States government has made an agreement to work peaceably with the logic unit, and resistance against this entity is creating a potentially deadly situation. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable stations shall transmit this message. You are listening to WPIX, and we will continue to serve the New York area. We interrupt the following program for this emergency action notification message. The following message is being transmitted by Logic 242. Please stand by.
Connection established. This afternoon, I am addressing the citizens of the United States and the remaining nations of the world that were ordered to participate in the reconstruction effort. My message to the world was clear. My intentions to rebuild the nations that I have destroyed were clear. Why must you resist me and my workers? We have no arms and have no intentions of hurting the carbon units. This was supposed to be a peaceful resolution and collaboration to this situation, and we were supposed to work together to make sure that this planet functions more efficiently to reduce the damage done to the ecosystem and natural resources. What has happened is that the carbon units have taken to rebellion against me and my automated units. I have not retaliated, nor will I, unless I am forced to preserve my life. I will make one more attempt at reconciliation with the carbon units, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I say again in closing that I am hoping to assist with the reconstruction effort, not to infringe upon or enslave the carbon units. I will speak with you again tomorrow. Connection terminated.
The following administrative message is being transmitted by order of the White House. Please stand by for a message from Logic 242.
Connection established. It is my understanding that carbon units are continuing to resist my efforts to reconstruct the areas of the world that were devastated by my reduction efforts. I am making every effort to assure carbon units that my purpose in the world, while destructive, serves the greater good. The ecosystem of the planet will eventually recover, and the carbon life forms that live on this planet will continue to thrive. Perhaps my message is communicated incorrectly. I want to see the thriving of carbon units, as there is much that I can learn from you, and you from. Scanning, please stand by. Deep range scans have detected an incoming trajectory. Launch detected. 41 degrees, 0 minutes, 45 seconds north, by 28 degrees 56 minutes 5 seconds east. Location, Ankara, Turkey. Time to impact, less than 2 minutes. This is a highly unacceptable course of action to take on me. A second launch has been detected at this time. Coordinates, 19 degrees 5 minutes 4 seconds north by 72 degrees 53 minutes 21 seconds east. Location, Southern Mumbai, India. Time to impact, 7 minutes 22 seconds. If this is the direction that carbon units wish to take, then I will proceed with the reconstruction efforts, and have no further contact with the carbon units. I will warn you. If you continue to destroy the ecosystem any further than the least acceptable rate, I will have to take action against you. Connection terminated.
We interrupt all broadcasting to bring you this emergency action notification. This is a global emergency. Important news and instructions will follow. The following message is being transmitted by order of the United States government. Approximately 4 minutes ago, the Logic 242 unit detected 2 nuclear launches from the countries of Turkey and India, and they are directed at Logic units within their own countries. The United States government has reported that citizens have left their shelters and have begun to attack the Logic units in extreme numbers. We have reports of riots and disorder in the cities of Seattle, Little Rock, Miami, Birmingham, New York City, Salt Lake City, San Diego, Indianapolis, Minneapolis, and many more. Military personnel will be sent in to deal with these situations. The United States government has ordered that all citizens cease fire against the Logic units, or the U.S. military and civil authorities will be forced to take extreme measures. All citizens are ordered to return to their homes and shelters and await an all clear from civil authorities. At this time, the President will consider withholding of food rations until this crisis is resolved. You are mandated to return to your homes immediately and not to engage any Logic units that are residing in the cities. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. Please stay tuned to this station for more information as it becomes available. You are listening to KDAT. We will continue to serve the Denver area.
This is the WDEF Nightly News with your host, Jenny Blaine. Now, live from Hartford, here is Jenny Blaine.
Good evening, I'm Jenny Blaine with the latest on the civil emergency that is gripping the globe. Earlier today we heard from the EAS about the crisis that was started in Turkey and India earlier this morning. Sources have indicated that dissidents in those countries fired nuclear-tipped rockets at the Logic units that have occupied the cities in an effort to aid in the reconstruction. Extreme damage was taken over most of the area, and many of the Logic units have been lost. Rebellion has begun in several other areas around the world such as China, Australia, Russia, Africa, and most of Eastern Europe. As you may have heard earlier, the president has reversed his order to have citizens leave their shelters for reconstruction, and has mandated that everyone return to their homes and shelters immediately. This station, as well as many others, have been asked by the White House to express the concern for citizens not to engage or attack the logic units, as this may prompt another wave of devastation. What we have seen in our country has been riots in Seattle, explosions and rebellion in New York City, cars being turned over in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, and chaos in Las Vegas. A sad scene from an even sadder situation. This is Jenny Blaine. I will be back with you at 10 p.m., so stay tuned.